Surprise, we're still over here. I'm Wes with AR15.com at SHOTShow 2023, hanging out with Radical Defense now.
Yes, sir.
We still got Clayton over here. Clayton, how are you doing in the last 5 minutes since we talked?
About the same.
About the same. Well, what do you have there? That's pretty.
So Radical Defense, we are launching our new line of carbines and suppressors. Starting off with this guy. This is our PDW, 6.5-inch barrel, 6-inch suppressor, direct thread, torqued on from factory. All of our rifles are going to be coming stock with Griffin armament sights, battle arms, ambidextrous charging handle. This one is a very purpose-driven gun, obviously. Probably a max of a 25-yard engagement. So that's for the people that complain about the 6.5-inch barrel.
It's designed for a reason.
Yes, it was designed around a requirement for a police department. So
yeah.
Meet what the customer wants. Along with it, we also have our CQC, so 12.5-inch barrel, our enhanced carbine gas system, so it's an inch longer than carbine and an inch shorter than mid. Just a real nice kind of intermediate length, really smooths out that recoil impulse, not suppressor sensitive. Just a really good shooting gun. All of our rifles are going to be featuring an anti-rotation tab on the upper receiver and handguard.
Very nice.
Handguards are thermal fit to the barrel nut, just very stout mounting. So
yeah.
All coming with a nickel Teflon trigger, B5 grip stock, just a good all-around rifle.
Yeah.
But our big thing,
when you say big,
I do mean big.
So you were telling me part of your job is making this thing somehow more fun to shoot.
Yes. It's hard to imagine, I know. Our big push in 2023 is our machine gun suppressors, specifically the one developed for the M2A1. So quick change barrel on the M2A1. It is a direct thread. She's metering right now around 141, 142. We are looking to get down below that 140 threshold.
Okay.
It's a little difficult being a recoil operated gun. Suppressors do a really good job of soaking up recoil.
Yep.
Getting it to cycle reliably was a trick, but this one is running really well. So we're gonna see if we can't squeeze some more performance out of it.
Okay. So for the kids at home, without the suppressor, what's the decibels like for this thing?
I want to say it's in the low 170s, high 160s.
Okay.
The decibel isn't so bad as the concussion that comes off of it. It's a very violent gun to shoot. It's a very violent gun to be around. It's really not an enjoyable experience. The suppressor does a great job of taming that concussion, reducing ground disturbance, eliminating flash, and taking that sound off. So our goal is soldier safety. Mm-hmm. If we can keep them from getting TBIs.
It's not to turn this into the next 300 blackout?
Absolutely not. It's to keep a soldier from getting a TBI, hearing damage, giving away their position with ground disturbance. That's our goal.
What about like flash reduction? How is that?
Flash testing has not begun on this, but with that suppressor being a similar design to our 240 and 249 suppressor, we predict flash suppression to be very good.
Awesome. Well, that's awesome. That's really cool. One day I'm going to get to come out with you guys, hang out.
Come out anytime.
And just have a good time with these guys.
Yeah.
Now, I've got something fun behind me too, but I know you're not the guy for this one.
I'm not the expert on this.
All right, so we're going to go grab Matt real quick, and I'll meet you guys over here. And we're back. All right, we've got Matt here because he is going to walk us through what this beauty is, because I'm going to be honest, I don't even know what I'm looking at here. So Matt, can you walk us through this beauty?
Of course. I am Matt Steinhauser with DTV Arms, and I designed the XR338 here. Easy way to think about it is the M134's bigger brother, is about the same height. So we have the long action here. It's a multi-caliber minigun, M134 mount compatible. Can be chambered in 338 Norma Magnum as it is here today, or 338 Lapua, anything based off a 416 Rigby case. The gun itself is 2 pounds heavier than a 134, but it's cycling through roughly 2,500 rounds a minute of 338 Lapua, Norma Magnum, whatever you want to chamber it in. We do this all while being 2 pounds heavier than a 134. 2 pounds. You're adding nearly 1,000 yards to the effective range of this gun, shooting a 300-grain projectile. It's hysterical. Anyhow, The gun is very, very similar with an identical manual of arms to the 134. It's a few inches longer to the front, a few inches longer to the rear, but I think we're going to start at the front and start going through some of the upgrades that we have for not just this gun, but any 134 that's in service. We have the only functional minigun suppressor on the market. This is nearly a 10-pound brick Ancanel. You cannot burn it up. It was intended to be a flash suppressor. It's nice that it actually does a really good job for sound. Flash reduction is roughly 98%, and on the side of a helicopter with the lights out, this without a flash hider is just breathing fire. It's a force multiplier not knowing where your shots are coming from. It's also a big force multiplier being able to engage at 1,910 yards with 338 here. So we moved from a 6-barrel cluster to a 5-barrel cluster, and that allows us to keep the diameter of our barrel cluster and the gun the same as a 134. Because of that, we have 47.5% parts compatibility with the 134. I mentioned earlier that we have the same manual of arms. We even share a lot of the same parts for a cartridge that is not even comparable with 7.62x51. There's a little bit into the nitty-gritty that it's more like end user important, so I think I'm going to skip through it, but everything on this gun we do in-house. This is our own safing sector, our own clutch, and this is our own fire control unit, and it actually is a little bit interesting. So we have an onboard power supply which will run the gun with a legacy motor for 35,000 rounds. We have a variable rate of fire, and we have an ultra configurable GCU. If you want push to talk or you want to engage a laser, we could do that. This particular fire control unit does not have the variable rate of fire. That would be on the other 134 over there. But that's ultra configurable. If you want to start low, go high, you want a button to get you to a certain rate of fire, that can be done. You want to rope in, rope out. Variable rate of fire is quite useful. So, it's the third day of this gun being in the wild. You can replace any 134 with it, and it's a force multiplier that's like kind of hard to comprehend. You're putting essentially 19.191 rounds of 50 BMG out the muzzle every second. The gun weighs 66 pounds, 72 with the suppressor.
Yeah, that's amazing. Super cool to be able to look at something like this. Honestly, it's really fascinating to me to learn more about it. Super cool to meet you, the guy who makes things like this happen. And like we were talking about over there, it's cool to see what you guys are doing for force multipliers to help out, our guys over there doing cool stuff. A dream of something I'll never actually own, but it's super cool to get to come here, check it out, talk to you about it, learn more about it. Really appreciate it, man.
Anytime, man.
And if people want to learn more about you guys, where can they go?
Just look for DTV Arms.
DTV Arms.
Yes.
All right. Really appreciate it, Matt. Guys, I am Wes from AR15.com at SHOTShow 2023. See you guys at the next booth.